and welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. Today's topic, we're discussing thought engagement, the actual thoughts and how to engage your thoughts. And we'll start off with a visual example, right? We'll start off with, and when I say visual example, I mean that image when you close your eyes and you visualize yourself doing something, that's a visual example, right? Because it starts off with a thought first. We can say you want to run a 40-yard dash at 45 years old, right? Now, you know, when you were younger, you could run a 4.3, 4.40, 40-yard dash. And when you get older, your mind still will tell you that you can do it, right? But you would get out there, you have somebody time you, and you start off running hard and fast, then you pull a muscle, now you limping, right? Because you didn't engage the thought, right? The first step is, if as a man thinketh, so is he. If you in your mind can visualize it, you can accomplish it, right? But you got to engage the thought. And what is engaging the thought? First, you got to stretch. Then you have to exercise. Then you have to build your way up to the goal. Not saying the goal is impossible, but you have to lay your bricks one step at a time in order to achieve and get to your goal. You're not going to just step out there, walk on a track at 45 and run a 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, 4.5, 40. Right? It ain't happening. Might not even run a 5.2, 40, right? But when you first stepped on that track, you didn't even complete 40 yards. You pulled up at 10 yards, right? So then you begin to exercise, you begin to stretch, you begin to build your endurance, you begin to work your way up to completing the 40-yard dash, right? So then you step out on that track and bam, you ran the 40-yard dash. You probably ran a 5.8 or a 6.0, which is slow, but hey, you completed the whole 40 yards. You continue to work at it, right? You continue to build up your endurance. The next time, not only did you complete the 40-yard dash, your time was better. And that goes along with the saying, reach for the moon, right? And if you don't make it to the moon, at least you still up there amongst the stars, right? Meaning you started off not even been able to finish a 40-yard dash and couldn't even get your time under 6. So you were able to finish a 40-yard dash and you got your time from 6 to 5.2. That's a pat yourself on the back. That's an achievement. That's an accomplishment. But you had to what first? You had to engage your thoughts, right? And so the message that I'm trying to get over, right, is you're going to have visions and thoughts on how to improve a situation or even improve social behaviors or how to make hunger less of an issue amongst people, or how to create a system on how to get people out of poverty or whatever it is to improve a situation, right? It's going to start with a thought. Then you engage that thought because now you're going directly to where the need is. Then you learn how to heal that need or how to better the situation for those that are in need, right? You know, and then you try. Then you come up with an ideal, and you try it, and out of that you might get 30% of it, and you looking around figuring out what pieces you need, and you keep engaging that thought, and the universe keeps sending you certain tools or certain things that needs to be connected to make your venture solid or stronger. And you keep engaging, and you keep thinking, and you keep building, and you engaging, and you thinking, and you building. And over time, you look back and you see, wow, man, with the amount of food that we collected through donations, there were 100 hungry families that we used to deal with. Now we got that 100 families down to 15. So you brought nourishment to 85 families. Pat yourself on the back. That's an accomplishment. Now we got to work on getting that remaining 15. You see what I'm saying? Thought engagements, right? But the reverse to that is you have to believe within yourself and even love yourself enough to even get out and make your thoughts a reality. It's hard because sometimes you got to fight through certain traumas, certain childhood experiences, certain things that you may have tried, and you got such a bad response to it to where you don't even want to go down that road. You don't want to look at it. You don't want to deal with anything that reminds you of that traumatic day or that traumatic experience or that traumatic embarrassment that you may have went through. So you avoid it, right? Until you realize, in order for me to get over the hump or over to the next stage, I'm going to have to deal with this thing face on and figure out where I went wrong or what went wrong. Fix it, mend it, and move on to the next stage, right? Because you are whole and you are solid when you are engaging your thoughts, right? Now, to engage your thoughts, it takes time, takes a little meditation, right? It takes a laboratory, a work area, right? Now, the work area could be just going outside in nature, just going outside in public societies and put forth a test or do a survey or collect data or whatnot. And basically, you're doing that to see if you got enough space to work in. You collecting data to see how many people would agree or how many people actually need the service that you're trying to provide. You looking at your demographics. You looking at how many times people will come to where you at a day looking for what you have to offer, so you can know your inventory on how much to bring out, what's too much or what's too little. I mean, it's a lot that goes into it. So in order to achieve that lot that goes into it, you need to be in a stress-free environment. You need to be able to think. You need to be surrounded by people that are telling you, yeah, you can do it. I'm telling you, I want to see you do it. Want to see you grow. You need to cut off all the negativity that's in your life. And sometimes you have to be selfish with your time in order to accomplish it, because once you accomplish that thought and the amount of people that you're going to help, it makes all the hard work and effort you put into it, it makes it just that much greater. it makes it worth it. So it's a process. Thought engagement is a process, but it has to be done, especially with us black people, because we were deprived of and oppressed in systemic racism for so long, to where we have to force ourselves to create a peaceful environment in order for us to engage our thoughts and actually bring it into fruition. Because it's not easy. It takes work. It takes some letdowns. It takes some failures. It takes some obstacles. It takes some no's. It takes some going against the grain. It takes some pain. Because it's not gonna be easy, right? But if you thought it and you visualize it, that's just affirmation that it can be done. All right, so remember that term, thought engagement. Engage your thoughts. Sit down and analyze them. Sit down and kick them around. Just look at it for a minute. Just sit down and just check out your thoughts. Right. And those thoughts that will bring a positive end result, go for it. Those negative thoughts that creep up in your mind that will only take away your time, your money, and your effort, and then kick them out. Learn how to kick out the negative thoughts that you don't need and act on the positive thoughts that you need in order to accomplish your goal and also provide for yourself. Right? So, all of this is what I'm saying is we leading up to something, right? We building something, right? We on the move, you know what I mean? We growing, we rolling, we are on the move. Be the best you. This ain't time to this is not the time to accept lack and negativity. When somebody comes at you trying to destroy your dreams, your goals, and bring negative energy, this is not the time to say, I'm used to it, I'm gonna just deal with it now, because it's something great inside of you that's ready to burst out on the scenes and be a blessing and a joy to others, but it can't bust out because you got this lid on top of it, meaning you got this negative energy on top of it that's pushing it down back in the pot. It can't get out. But that pressure or that will that internally that you have to want to really achieve that goal cause so much pressure that it'll blow the lid off the thing. Right? And that's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to get people who won't accept nothing less but achievement, but peace, but justice, to where it's boiling over and they'll blow the lid off this thing because you can't keep it compact in there too much longer because it's ready to express itself. Verbal Peak Radio, we're out.